In my previous video, we briefly discussed the deeper concept of pretty privilege and how we as women should expand amongst that privilege to further dive into our full potential of stardom. Now, considering what we learned about stardom and diving away from pretty privilege, let's now discuss the concept behind stardom, the pros and the cons that come with having stardom, and how to use your discernment to detect false allies. Now, these false allies can come in the form of friends, family, mentors, a boss, etc. Okay? Now, these false allies, they possess certain spirits that have a mission to be completed. And when I say certain spirits, I'm referring to certain spirits such as the spirit of delay, the spirit of constant monetization, the spirit of abomination and despise, etc. One of these certain types of spirits are attached to a vessel. And when I'm talking about a vessel, I mean a person. The spirit then has the opportunity to accumulate or vanish depending on what the vessel, which is the person in contact with the spirit, depending on what they decide to do with that spirit, okay? Now, you might be wondering, you may be asking yourself, what exactly is their mission? What are these quote unquote spirits trying to do, right? Okay, so let me answer the question. What they really are trying to do and what they really want, they want everything if they can possibly have it. If you have a destiny ahead of you that is clear and distinct to see, they want to do three of these things. They want to either 1, stop it, 2, steal it, or 3, destroy it. What do they say about the devil? The devil's job is to kill, steal, and destroy. Yeah, it's like the same concept, same thing here, okay? And this is why forms of witchcraft such as destiny swapping, destiny delaying, voodoo, monitoring spirits, this is why these type of things are frequent and apparent, because the stardom that you obtain is targeted. You now have a target on your back. You are like prey to the predators looking to sabotage the pathway to your destiny. And in this video, we are going to be utilizing both musicians, Beyonce and Chloe Bailey, to further dive into this concept. Okay, so oh my God, I'm so irritated because I literally just prayed over the video and then I just deleted my motherfucking prayer. Oh my fucking Lord. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so before we even really get into the video, I'm not just making basic commentary. I'm making commentary on a person who has some type of power that I am not aware of. Beyonce is going through several things right now, and I don't want no smoke. I don't want no heat. I don't want none of that. Despite the fact that this is a woman that shares flesh and blood, just like the rest of us, just like me and you, this is still a woman that is in some type of hierarchy that I'm not a part of, and I don't want to be a part of. This is a woman that, she has power and she has access to things that I am not aware of, and I need to protect myself, and you need to protect yourself as well. So I'm going to say the prayer over again. I'm just praying off the top of my head. Lord, in the name of Jesus Christ, God, as we pray and as we make this video, I ask that you give us nothing but protection. We are protected. We have nothing to worry about in the name of Jesus Christ. Any works of witchcraft, God, any works of evil eye that is over me, my people, and what I'm doing, over my projects, over my work, and anything that I'm doing, Lord, any intention that I set out, anything. If there is anybody with the flesh, okay, that bleeds just like how I bleed, Lord. You know the intentions behind my heart. You know the intentions behind their hearts, Father. I ask that you rebuke it and you return it back to the sender in the name of Jesus Christ. There is nothing that flesh can do to me. Let's repeat it. There is nothing that flesh can do to me. What can flesh do to me? There is nothing that flesh can do to you. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer, and my shield. In Jesus' name, the Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer, and my shield. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. So I'm making this video based off of my intuition. I want to say that, number one, I've been longing to actually talk about this because I had some type of epiphany when it comes to Chloe Bailey and Beyonce. I believe that Chloe Bailey, she got online once and she was basically expressing like the difficulties that she was having in regards to releasing her music. And I was utterly confused when I was watching the video because I'm like, this is Beyonce. She has nothing but power and resources. There is absolutely no reason as to why this girl can't excel within her career. It just simply doesn't make sense to me. And that's when it came about and I had an epiphany and I'm like, oh no, this girl, she's being attacked. No, like something is happening behind the scenes. Beyonce has something to do with this. And then I started to also dive into Beyonce. I just started thinking about Beyonce. And I had to think. I said, what do you think about Beyonce, Harmony? What do you think? Instantly, this bitch can't be trusted. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a damn. Look, listen to me. I can look at Beyonce. I can tell that this woman something is wrong with her, okay? On the outside, she may portray that she's nice, ambitious, this, that, and the third. She's here to help fucking donate to charity. So that's just people who do shit like that. Typically when they do nice things like that, it's because they're not a nice person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when they're trying to portray like they're nice, it's typically because they're not nice. You know what I mean? So anyway, all that's to say, I just had like, I don't know. I'm just like, I have to talk about this because this is not a destiny swapping video. Okay. So no, this is not a destiny swapping video, although I am going to touch a little bit on the destiny swapping. Destiny swapping is very apparent and it's popular on the internet right now. And it's so freaking crazy how it's popping right now because, okay, let me backtrack. Although this video is not necessarily about destiny swapping, we are going to talk about a little bit of destiny swapping in here because the destiny killing and the destiny swapping, they have similarities to them that I want to express within this video. And also, it's just so crazy to me, guys. It's so crazy because it's only been a year later. First of all, the reason why I know all of these things and the reason why I'm discussing about these things is because I have been a victim to it. So not only was I a victim of witchcraft, I was also a victim of a potential destiny swap. And you know what's so crazy about this is that at the time when I was going through spiritual warfare, and I mean, I was going through the strangest of things. Like my life was not normal. I'm gonna just say that, like my life was not normal, okay? And I know why I wasn't. I know what was happening behind the scenes. I knew who had something to do with it. And I'm going to discuss all of this stuff in another video. But basically, it's so crazy. When I was going through spiritual warfare, I couldn't even distinctly tell anyone. I couldn't tell my mom, oh, this person is literally trying to steal my life. I couldn't tell that. They thought I was crazy. They thought I was crazy. When I even mentioned witchcraft, they're like, bitch, you really believe in that shit? Of course. I mean, here's the thing. You can choose not to believe in it or not until it's actually happening to you. There's a lot of people that don't believe in God. You think that God's still not going to work just because you choose not to believe in him? No. So just because you don't personally believe in this shit does not mean that it's actually not real. And it doesn't mean that people aren't practicing these things every single day and to innocent people. So this is why I know all of these things. And this is why I'm talking about all of these things so that I can put y'all on game. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you. No, I'm not a know-it-all, but 9 times out of 10, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I be knowing exactly what I'm talking about and I be right every time. One last thing for the people who don't believe in this type of stuff. I was watching a YouTuber called The Level Up Guru, and she had a download about Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber, right? So check this out. Years back, y'all know Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber. They were on and off, but they were supposed to be a thing. They were supposed to be lovers. They were literally lovers, okay? So that baby that Hailey has right now, that is supposed to be Selena. And not only that, Let's talk about the sickness that Selena Gomez is going through right now, okay? This woman is literally going through a sickness, condition, and disease. And you really think that's by fucking coincidence? Let me calm down. I get passionate about this stuff because I'm a victim of it. And it really pisses me off that sick-ass people like this are living. It really makes me upset. But let me get to the point. The point is, this is a woman that Selena had in her presence. Okay, this is a woman that was in her environment. No, they were not the best of friends. And I am going to go deeper. I'm actually going to make a full analysis of this because this was a successful destiny swap. This woman literally preyed on Selena Gomez, literally just to take her life. And now she's living the life that Selena Gomez is supposed to be living. And the sickness is the signal of the witchcraft that was done to her. Do you understand what I'm saying? People who do destiny swaps, they do things that are very in particular to you, in regards to you. They literally start copying every single thing that you're doing to become you. To literally be you. Does it sound crazy? Yes, it sounds crazy because it is fucking crazy. But I can't make this shit up. It's actually happening in real life. And I seen this shit I watched that video with Hailey Bieber, and literally like, oh my God, I'm gonna just make the video, y'all, because I ain't even finna keep going on and on about this. I just had to make it apparent because they're like, if you really believe that this stuff is not real, all right, just keep living. And just pray that it don't happen to you.
See, hoes don't like me. Nope.
I want to talk about Beyonce first, and I want to talk about the dynamic behind her character and who she is. I never trusted Beyonce, and the reason why I never trusted Beyonce is because she always gave me a something isn't right about her type of feeling. When I look at Beyonce's face, I always say that. Like, look at her face. For example, when I look into this picture right here, she literally looks like she could look at somebody and cast a spell on them immediately. This is somebody that cannot be trusted. And that's just simply what my intuition tells me. I've never been Beyonce. You know, some people believe that Beyonce is of God. I mean, if you want to believe that, you can. But I'm just one of those people that believe opposite. There's no way in hell. Come on. Her and Jay-Z with that type of power, come on. It don't matter how many gospel songs this woman then concocted. It don't matter how many gospel songs she may fucking listen to, whatever the fuck. These people are confused. Beyonce is one of those women. First of all, let's acknowledge the fact that she's a Virgo. Let's acknowledge that. And this doesn't really have to mean anything, but one thing that I do know about Virgos is that Virgos have a really good work ethic. They have a great work ethic, and whatever it is that they do, they are really, really good at it. And I've observed that, and I that's what I like about Virgos, is that whatever they do it, and like they do it relentlessly. And that we can apply to Beyonce. Beyonce is the best. She is the greatest at her craft. Nobody has been able to surpass her. But however, nobody has been able to surpass her for a multitude of reasons. Nobody does the work that Beyonce has done within this industry. Nobody has done anything that is like comparable to her. I'm gonna just say it like that. Like, her work is literally outstanding. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. They got that perfectionism type of like characteristic to them. And I like that. Now, this can have a downside to it, right? Okay, so anyway, so when you are in a hierarchy, you are already at a high level within that hierarchy, depending on the person, because let's just say we're not talking about good people, because fuck that. I'm actually about to reference the 48 laws of power, okay? And this is actually talking about manipulation tactics. And I'm referencing this book so that we can actually detect when these manipulation tactics are being performed. Yes. So in 48 Laws of Power, it states, the first law, it states, never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior than you. Your desire to please and impress them. Do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity. You might inspire fear and insecurity within them, right? So right now, we're going to reference exactly what we just read and what we just stated. We're going to reference that to Beyonce and Chloe Bailey. So in this sense, in this scenario, Beyonce is the master, right? And Chloe would essentially be the one trying to make her way up to, whatever position that she would like to be within the hierarchy, but she's not there yet, right? She's not. And when I'm talking about the hierarchy, in this case, we're clearly referencing or referring to the industry. So long story short, it literally states, do not outshine the master. In your efforts to impress them, do not showcase too much of your talents or too much, because you actually will arise fear and insecurity within them, okay? And with these types of people, these are the types of people that want to be the best, and they always want to be the best, and they can't handle other people being the best. And whether or not you want to believe that about Beyonce or not has nothing to do with me. I know that is the mindset that this woman obtains. She is not going to allow or even allow the opportunity. This is when you playing the game of power, right? And you're playing games of manipulation and you want certain things, you have to be strategic. These people don't move with emotion. They don't do things with morality or things like that. No, they do things with strategy. And these strategies may be moral or immoral. They don't give a damn. They just know they want the end goal.
Beyonce
right?
is not a girl's girl.
Beyonce is not the type of person that is going to be able to see unlimited talent within you, to see your stardom, to see all of this distinctly within her face. It's not something that she's internally going to feel good about. On the outside, she may display that, oh, you're so talented. Oh, you're so this. Oh, you're so that. On the inside, they have negative feelings amongst the star qualities that you obtain because you start to inflict fear and insecurity within them. You start to have them questioning themselves. For example, to back up exactly what it is that I'm saying, because I had to put 2 and 2 together. Tiara Marie. So if you don't know who Tiara Marie is, Tiara Marie, she is also a musician. She's known for being on the reality TV show Love and Hip Hop. And in this case, Beyonce's goal is to make sure that she sustains her position within this industry and she does not allow the opportunity for anyone to surpass her. And I also believe that what she's doing right now, because this is where it talks about the next law in the book, where it talks about concealing your real intentions. Because on the surface, she's acting as if she's supporting this woman, that she is, some type of mentor in relation to her career. Whole time, I really feel like, and we all know this, we know what she's really wanting to do. She's setting up her daughter, Blue Ivy. Okay, soon next thing you know, that girl gonna be taking over everything in the industry. Those are her real intentions. Obviously, that's not something that's going to be announced. She's not saying, what am I saying? Basically, obviously, that's something that's not going to be openly acknowledged or announced. That's because she's playing the strategy, okay? She wants to make sure that she is plateauing every potential artist, okay, that could possibly potentially surpass her and her child. No, she's playing game for her and her legacy. She don't give a fuck. She started the legacy. She wants to continue the legacy. She doesn't want Beyonce and her name or anything to be like, evaporated or anything with the years going down along the line. That's not what she wants. She wants her legacy to be passed down, and she wants Blue Ivy to also carry down that legacy. All right? That's just my theory, but whatever. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, so back in the day, Tiara used to be signed to Beyonce and Jay-Z's label or something like that, right? And this was before Rihanna had gotten poppin'. So both Rihanna and Tiara Marie were both signed to the same level. So they were basically in competition with each other. Anyway, so long story short, now if you have not heard Tiara Marie sing, you wouldn't understand why Beyonce did a strategic power move with Rihanna rather than doing it with Tiara Marie. Okay, so I'm going to play this video so that you guys can fully understand exactly what I'm talking about. Tiara was a threat to Beyonce. She can sing outstandingly great. And when she performed, and this is why it goes back to the law when it says, this is why this also falls back to the law. It states never outshine the master. And, when it comes to impressing them and, winning them over to be on your side, you have to do it a certain way. You can't overexert yourself or show too much of your talent to show, she's going to love this. I'm great. No, they're not going to think. These are insecure people on the inside. They're not going to think, she's great. Let me put her on. No. They want to dim you. They want to get you out the picture because they feel like you are more brilliant than them. And in this case, this is how Beyonce felt. Once she saw Tiara Marie play her role on stage, she instantly came up with the decision. Y'all just have to, the people that know. When you watch the video, you're going to understand. She instantly came up with the decision, I need to get this girl out. No. She sat in that fucking audience and she thought to herself, and she came up with a plan to literally get Tiara Marie out of this industry. And now look at how our careers ended up. But let's get into the video.
Was giving her more push than Rihanna. And if you're wondering why on earth he would feel like that, it's because he felt like Rihanna was his responsibility since he was the one responsible for signing her to the label. But unfortunately for him, the label execs didn't feel that way about Rihanna, and they continued to give Tiara a lot of preferential treatment. One occasion where it was clear that she was the label's favorite was when she teamed up with Rihanna and another artist named A. Marie to perform a cover of Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child. Tiara took the solo part that was originally sung by Beyonce, and this sent a clear message that she was the top dog in the label. Tiara believes that it wasn't long after this that Jay-Z began to plot to have her replaced by Rihanna, but he knew that he had to be smart about it or his plan would backfire badly. Well, his chance came when the label decided to have a showcase where both she and Rihanna performed at. Beyonce was present at the showcase, and either by luck or by grandmaster plan, she ended up sitting right beside L.A. Reid. Yeah, the same L.A. Reid who was putting a lot of energy into Tiara and wasn't really focusing so much on Rihanna.
Pay close attention right here, right? So this was the main man in charge, right? And it just said coincidentally, she was in the crowd watching the performance, right? Now, she also just mentioned that this man was showing more preferential treatment towards Tiara rather than Rihanna. You need to keep that in mind. He wasn't even paying attention to Rihanna. His full focus was on Tiara.
Coincidence? Well, Tiara doesn't think so. Now, at this time, Beyonce was already a superstar. Not only had she found fame as a member of Destiny's Child, but she had also found a lot of success as a solo artist. So she was already a pretty big deal even back then. So if she said something, people in the industry were guaranteed to listen. Also, she and Jay-Z were already dating at the time, and this made her the perfect person to help Jay-Z convince L.A. Reid to focus on Rihanna. Still think that this is a coincidence that she managed to sit right next to him at the Def Jam showcase? I don't think so. But anyways, at the showcase, Rihanna and Tiara both did their thing, but Beyonce only had eyes for Rihanna, which isn't surprising with what we know now. She then turned to L.A. Reid and said something to him that would have completely changed Rihanna and Tiara's lives.
And at the showcase, there were two artists performing. Her name is Tiara Marie, and she's a really sweet girl. And the truth is, I was paying a little more attention to her than I was to Rihanna. After the showcase, Beyonce just gave me one of those looks, and he said, that Rihanna girl, she's a beast. And she looked away, right? And I was like, so I did a Rihanna double take.
Okay, so listen carefully and look at how we just seen everything unfold. This is witchcraft. This is witchcraft. We just heard that man state that he had ample attention towards Tiara Marie rather than he had on Rihanna. And it's not coincidental that after the fact, or once that woman put a bug in his ear, right? And all of a sudden, his thought and his decision just magically changed like that. Especially for a woman who was not even as equally talented as Tiara is. Let's be real. No, Rihanna was not. She was not the girl that could sing, that could dance. No, she was mediocre as fuck. Okay? So that is witchcraft. That is witchcraft. And the people that don't really understand how it works, like, it's like a ritual. It's like a procedure. It's like these people, they'll do things behind the scenes. Like, they'll do things behind the scenes, and then they will enact on what they've done behind the scenes in reality. So, for example, before Beyonce had even gotten to that man's ear, she probably was already at home concocting up some shit. She probably paid some people to take care of something. She already was starting on this process to delay this woman. Okay? She already was doing that. So with that being said, due to her rituals already being into place and things like that, all she had to do was put it into fruition. She's like, okay, so this is my next step. I done did this in the spiritual. Let's go ahead and let's take it to the physical. So now the physical would be her at that show and the audience putting a bug in that man's ear. That's a part of the ritual. That's a part of the witchcraft. Because let's say it wasn't witchcraft. Okay, let's say she didn't do witchcraft. Say, for instance, your mind was so stuck on something. If your mind is already stuck on something, 9 times out of 10, it's very difficult to alter it, you know? So there's no way for your mind to be altered in such a way, like definite, when you already had a exclusive decision, which was Tiara. You know what I mean? So the fact that Beyonce was able to literally say a fucking magic word, and then this man just goes, oh, well, you know what? I actually went to go to Rihanna. I actually started to pay attention. Bitch, that's witchcraft. That's black magic, bitch.
But
Like I said before, Beyonce was already a powerhouse in the music, so her opinion carried a lot of weight. And y'all heard LA himself admit that he really didn't see Rihanna as a superstar before Beyonce spoke to him. So Tiara wasn't capping when she said Beyonce played a big role in her career getting ruined. LA immediately started paying more attention to Rihanna, and even though Tiara was still his favorite, it wasn't long before he started to slowly toss her aside for Rihanna. And things got even worse for her when the label started to push for her to change her entire vibe into something that she wasn't comfortable with. They wanted her to give off a good girl gone bad type of vibe, and I have to admit that this was kind of weird because she was still in high school. There was no reason they should have wanted her to act grown. Rihanna, on the other hand, was more than happy to do what the label wanted, especially since she naturally had the baddie vibe the label wanted. Oh, and if you think that it's a coincidence that she named her third album Good Girl Gone Bad, Tiara is here to tell you that that is not a coincidence. She believes that Rihanna was trying to prove to the label that she would do anything. Anyways, back to the label drama. Things continued to get worse for Tiara when she dropped her debut album Rockefeller Records Presents Tiara Marie. The label had high hopes for the album, but unfortunately for Tiara, her album sales did not meet up to the expectations that the label had. The album sold 69,000 copies in the first week and charted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and number 2 on the Billboard Top R&B and Hip Hop Albums chart. Now, these were decent numbers for a rookie because most artists don't even chart at the top 10 of the Billboard 200 for their first album, so a top 5 debut album was still good. But the label claimed that they were after something more than just good, so they made the decision to drop her from the label because of her low album sales.
You know, they didn't
ready
know.
for the prom?
Yeah, honey, getting ready. I was putting lotion on my legs, got a phone call, ring, ring. Hey, yeah, we're gonna be letting you go. I was like, oh.
But y'all want to know what really convinced Tiara that the label had turned against her? It's the fact that a couple weeks after her album dropped, Rihanna's debut album also dropped. And the interesting thing is that it also sold 69,000 copies in the first week, the exact same units as Tiara. Even more interesting, Music of the Sun only got to number 10 on the Billboard 200, which means that it charted lower than Tiara's album. By the logic that the label used with Tiara, Rihanna should have been dropped too, right? Well, wrong. In fact, not only was Rihanna not dropped, but she was given a chance after chance to prove herself to the label, which is something that Tiara didn't get. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Rihanna didn't fight to keep her spot, because we all know how hard she worked. I mean, they had her dropping an album almost every single year for 6 or 7 years straight. But according to Tiara, the problem isn't that Rihanna got another chance. It's the fact that she wasn't given a chance to fight to prove her own self. She was dropped at the first opportunity, and she believes that this was Jay-Z's way of getting rid of the competition. And according to insiders, she is still salty about this, even though it's been such a long time. She believes that Jay-Z and Beyonce have been killing careers for a long time in Hollywood and can't wait until people start finally seeing this side of the couple. Someone commented, Beyonce did that. She knew what she was doing. Tiara has not recovered from them doing her like that. Another person said, I don't think she's lying, just because they have money and power, which is sad. But this other person doesn't think that Beyonce is to blame, and they said, I don't think she can give 100% of the blame to J and B. Clearly, Beyonce said that to LA Reid because she was less threatened by Rihanna. Everyone was hype about Tiara Marie at the time.
Okay, now, so let's do an overview of what we just watched. So we basically just witnessed the aftermath of what happened once Beyonce had witnessed the trio performance with Tiara Marie, whoever the other girl was, and Rihanna. And I want to talk about the aftermath of Tiara's career right now. I don't even know where her career stands. All we know is that she's a love and hip hop star, okay? And this is not to insult her in any type of way. This is to acknowledge what can happen when you allow the wrong type of allies to be in your circle, because these people are not actually there to help you. That is a mask that they're utilizing to accomplish their real plan. Like it says in the book, which I don't even know exactly what it says, but it does state, I don't know if it's the second law, but it does talk about concealing your intentions. And with this, in this particular case, Beyonce's intentions were concealed. Her intentions were concealed because her true intentions were to make sure that she blocks out any type of potential competition. Those were her real true intentions. But on the surface, her surface intentions to these people are she's there to help. She's there to mentor. She's going to elevate your career, right? So these are the intentions that Tiara and Chloe are under the impression of. They are under the impression of this is a woman of help. This is a woman of companionship, etc. Whole time, she's using that to conceal her real intentions. She's using the position that she actually has within this industry to conceal her true intentions, which are to sabotage and to delay perfect potential musicians that could possibly surpass her. She is not going to allow it to happen. This is the reason why I don't and I can't F with a lot of people. Really, I want to say everybody. I hate to even say that. God, Lord. The Lord ain't showed me nobody genuine. So I really don't know. But this is why I'm so weird. This is why, because I don't know who to trust. My intuition is going to tell me every time. Something is going to show up in my dreams, or you're going to expose yourself right in my face. I'm going to play dumb with you, of course. But I'm not going to play dumb for too long. You got to get the fuck on. Because at that point, you're dangerous. You're dangerous. I can't have nobody around me that I can't fucking trust. You're dangerous. And this is why I'm weird with bitches that want to be my friend, but they want to copy me. But they low-key want to throw shots at me, throw shade at me type shit or whatever. And this video is not about that. And I'm not particularly talking about a specific person. I swear to God, I'm just meaning it in general. Because this is what people do to me all the time. And this is why I don't want friends. I don't give a fuck about friends. I don't give a fuck about people or anything, because people ain't shit. That's just what I've learned within my 20-something years of living. People ain't shit. When you have a good heart, that's wonderful. That's a blessing, okay? I don't want you to think that you have to change who you are or you have to change your heart internally because of these fuck people. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I wish I had the physical copy of the book to actually reference what it is that I'm talking about right now. But what I'm stating is that if you're maneuvering with your heart and not logic and not your mind when it comes to interacting with people, I'm gonna just say it like that. When it comes to interacting with people, you're not gonna get far in life. Actually, you're gonna catch yourself getting hurt a lot, actually. You wanna know why? Because you steady, you gonna have that mindset of, oh, this person, they will never do this to me. I could trust this person. I love this person. Listen to me. I used to be that same girl. I used to be her. I used to be like, no, this person would never do this to me. Oh, no, this person wouldn't backdoor me. This person wouldn't do this. I'm telling you right now, I'm not here to really tell you what to do. I'm really not. You can do whatever you want to do. All right. But I'm going to tell you what I know. If you're really sitting up here and if you could think that you could trust any motherfucker on this motherfucking earth 100%, oh my God, Lord, I wish I could say I could trust my family 100%. I wish I could say, I'm not even going to name certain people because y'all going to think that I'm wrong for feeling the way that I feel. I don't care. I don't care because I know what I'm talking about based off of what I've experienced and based off of what I've studied through people. I know what I'm talking about. So if you're maneuvering with this love mentality, thinking that the same people are going to love you how you love, you're going to catch yourself in a lot of effed up situations, and you honestly can put yourself in a predicament where you could lose your life. Sitting up here thinking that you can trust the motherfucker. This is why It's okay. It's okay. Let me calm down, because I ain't gonna lie. I do get passionate sometimes when I'm like explaining things or whatever. But I'm gonna reorder the copy of the book, because I had lost the book actually. I actually lost the book, so I was reading the audio. But there are so many things in that book that I'm not even gonna lie, I did take with me. I took it with me to the heart, and I'm like, damn, and he not in this, and I can't argue with facts. I just can't. I can't. Stop thinking that you could trust everybody. And the people that you think you can trust, don't trust them fully. You can't. Chloe. Can't you see the stardom on her? I was watching her videos. Like, I was watching a video of her dancing, and even watching a video of her singing. She's so sexy. And when I say she's so sexy, like, I can see why Beyonce would be intimidated by her. I'm not even gonna lie. You can look at her and you can tell she has it all. This bitch, she's, I don't know, like, she's amazing. Like, oh my God, like, her voice is amazing. Like, her sensuality is amazing. She's not like some hood ratchet thought pocket. She's gorgeous. I don't know. I'm not even trying to like gas her too much. It's just that genuinely, when I was watching a dancing video, whatever, I'll put it right here, but I was watching her dancing video, and I was just looking at her. I was looking at her facial expressions. I was looking at like her movement. I was like, this is a beautiful girl. She is a beautiful woman, and she loves what she does. You can tell she loves art. She loves music. You could tell this is what she loves to do. Now, when you don't have the knowledge, all right, when you don't have the knowledge of manipulation, and just, I don't know, knowledge in general, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, because you have to use your discernment, when it comes to this stuff. You know what I mean? And I feel like Chloe is using, I don't know, she's falling for the trap. I don't really have too much to say, guys, because I feel like I've said enough in the video. She's falling for the trap. Like, obviously you're going to think, oh, I love her. Why would she do anything to throw me off track? Why would she? That's the point. That's the point. It's a facade. It's a facade. They want to make it seem like they're your friend. They want to make it seem like they're there to help you, so that therefore they can steer you in the wrong direction. I've literally had this done to me firsthand, where I had great shit going for me, but a bitch in my ear tell me, no. They're like, no, maybe you should do this instead. No, just relax. You don't gotta go. These bitches is hating. They supposed to be your friend. They're telling you don't do these things as like some type of form of support. Like, they're trying to show you like they're giving you advice from a place of support, when really they're giving you advice from a place of sabotage. They want to sabotage. They want you to sabotage yourself. They want to sabotage you, and they want you to do it as well. They want you to take a part in that as well. Okay?
Sabotage Chloe, and people think that Chloe is too obsessed with B to see it. Last year, Chloe set up a poll on Twitter for her fans to help her decide which songs to release, whether surprise or for the night. Fans' vote showed that people wanted her to release For the Night, but then Chloe revealed that Beyonce insisted that she release Surprise instead.
I know what y'all picked about the polls, but when the queen speaks, and that's all I'm gonna say, and that's all that matters to me.
Child, what happened to giving the people what they want? It's crazy that Beyonce made Chloe do what her fans didn't want from her, and people are convinced that this is pure sabotage, because why on earth would she ask her not to do the one thing her fans requested? It's just weird, and at this rate, Blue Ivy is going to be a poppin' artist before Chloe even gets a chance.
How do you know if someone is not genuine? How do you know? Like, how do you know? How do you use your discernment? What do you do? How do you know somebody is there for a good cause rather than a bad cause? This is simple. I'm not about to sit up here and make this like a scientific thing. What do you feel? What do you feel? Pay attention to the other person. Sometimes, like, when you have interactions with people, it's better to let them do more of the talking than yourself. Okay? Don't be sitting up here trying to share all X, Y, and Z about yourself. No. Let them talk. Observe them. Observe their body language. Observe their tone of language. Okay, observe how hard they fucking laugh. People be fake laughing and shit. Observe all of that shit. Often when you have dealings with a person, and it doesn't really matter amongst like the dynamic of your relationship, but when you are around them enough, whether this could be like a work relationship, a friendship, or platonic, or whatever the case may be, the point is you're around them for a frequent amount of time for you to be able to observe whether or not they have your best interest at heart. For example, so when you are around someone, like, you know when someone genuinely cares about you versus when someone low-key don't like you for real. You know what I'm saying? There are ways to which, like, that's evident. They show you shade. They show you through backhanded comments. They will show you, right? So then it's up to us to whether or not we're going to stay in that. That's why I don't have friends, because the moment that I see some weird shit, I'm done. I'm not even going to let it continue to grow. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But if it's too many red flags, I have no choice but to let you go, because then you are dangerous to my life. And I'm not going to let nobody get in the way of what the fuck I'm doing. So y'all know Aaliyah was like a big thing back in the day, and I'm going to say that she was definitely a target. I told you, once you have stardom and you have stardom qualities, you are a target, okay? You have a target on your back, and I feel like Aaliyah was a big target. Matter of fact, no, she was a target. Why do you think she's not here? Yes, she was a target. Let's observe this video with her and Beyonce. Beyonce is so fucking fake. I'm so sorry. I just really don't like overly fake people. You know what I'm saying? They give fake compliments like, what you doing? What you doing tomorrow? Oh, don't you got that movie? But it's so fake. It's not even genuine. Anyway, let's go.
What's up? What's up? This is Beyonce on the red carpet with one of the hottest female artists out here, Miss Aaliyah. How you doing, girl?
It's so good to see you again.
You too. She's just looking fabulous. What are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing Gucci shoes, Gucci. Got a little Indian jewelry working.
Oh, that is hot.
Thank
All right.
you.
Now, you've been working it with these movies. Were you nervous?
Very nervous, but I'm real happy. It's something I've wanted for a long time, so to finally make that transition, it's great.
You're doing another movie this summer, right?
Hopefully.
She said, you're doing another movie this summer, right? This is another strategy that fake allies utilize to basically get more information on you. So in your face, they're acting as if they're genuine, that they're kind, that they actually have a genuine interest in your accolades and what you're doing. But really what they're doing is they're actually collecting information to do a multitude of things. I don't even want to keep talking about y'all, because I didn't really mean to make this video that long. I'm just pointing that out so you can see the fake shit. Like, they'll say, oh, so what you doing? Oh, so what else do you have planned? What else do you have going on? This is why I say, bro, stop sharing shit with people, G. They want to act like they give a fuck about what the fuck you going. No, they have an ulterior motive. Anyway, let me just go.
Right? Hopefully things work out. Everything will be rolling.
That's great. What are you looking forward to seeing
tonight?
Tonight, yes.
I want to see D'Angelo perform.
Girl, I'm with you, because you know he's fine.
He's fun. He's hot.
All right, y'all. So this is the very last thing that I'm going to touch on, and then I'm just going to let y'all watch the remainder of the video. And y'all gonna catch me in the next one. Now, I was thinking about Aaliyah and her death. And I don't know if Beyonce actually directly had anything to do with that girl's death. I'm not even about to go ahead and like allegedly put that on her. But I was thinking to myself, I said, Lord, if Aaliyah, you know, she was great spirited and she had a good heart, why would you let the people take her out? Like, why did you let the enemy take her out? Like, what? And this was before I actually knew, this was before I knew more about Aaliyah's passing, like prior to her passing on a plane. And I didn't know that this girl had a whole dream prior to even getting on the plane. Like the Lord was telling her, don't get on the plane. Her intuition told her don't get on the plane. And you know what's crazy? She actually even decided to set out. She even set out. You know what I'm saying? So when you asking yourself, how do I use my discernment? You act like do you not have a sense of consciousness? Do you not listen to yourself? You don't know how you feel? You can't discern how you feel? It's gonna, listen to how you feel and then just do it. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. You know what I mean? And so, I was like, oh, wow. So the Lord did send her a warning. And I don't want to say that she didn't listen, because based off of this video, they're saying that she took the video that I'm about to show y'all, they're saying that she took a sleeping pill, and that's when she still decided to get on the plane or something like that, or something, I don't know, something like that. Bitch, the moral of the story is she should have never got on that motherfucking plane. okay? And she was already warned about it, all right? And this is very important because when I was going through some weird shit with some weird people, I put this on my life. I had warnings left and right. I was getting the signs. I was talking about falling from the sky. But the person that I was getting warnings about, I didn't want to believe the shit. I'm like, nah, this can't be them. I can't be having these thoughts about them. No, it's not them. No. But I'm telling you, the signs was right there. So much shit was happening to me. And the Lord was literally telling me, and when I tell y'all, the only difference between me and Aaliyah is that I listen to myself. I'm not that type of person to like go against how I feel or what I'm thinking. I don't do that. Like I listen to how I feel. And when I feel a type of way, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna do that. You know what I mean? And at the time, I was directed to do certain things, which led me to the place of where I am right now. Nobody can take my destiny. Nobody can take your destiny. Period. Especially when, I ain't even finna say too much, bro. I'm gonna leave that video. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. Catch me in the next one.
There's a pretty good reason why such videos are not in plenty. And it's because Beyonce could not stand Aaliyah. But why though? Why did Queen B allegedly hate Queen A so much? And could it have had anything to do with Jay-Z?
I had forgotten that about what happened to Aaliyah.
Of course, you are well aware that Aaliyah passed away tragically in August 2001 alongside 8 others after a plane crash destined for Miami crashed less than a minute after takeoff in the Bahamas. But one thing everyone can agree on is that the circumstances in which Aaliyah died were pretty sus, and people have always speculated that somehow Queen B was involved. But before that, here's something to think about. Just weeks before she died, Aaliyah did an interview in Paris, and this is what she said. "One day I will travel to Egypt. I will be there where Cleopatra and the pharaohs lived. Unfortunately, I can't meet them anymore. If I had a time machine, I would visit the ancient Egypt. Who knows? Perhaps Cleopatra and me would become very good friends. At least I would have a live experience of that ancient culture, which I only know from books." And in the same interview in Paris, she also talked about another dream, adding, "It's dark in my favorite dream. Someone is after me, don't know why. I got fear. Then suddenly I lift off. I fly away, far away. How do I feel now? It is like swimming in the air, free and without any weight. No one can reach me, no one can touch me. It's a wonderful feeling." Then weeks later, Aaliyah's plane crashes in the Bahamas and she is gone. Sounds like she knew she was being set up, right? But was Beyonce involved in the setup? I don't know, but there are still very many questions. First of all, there were reports that the small plane exceeded its maximum weight limit by several hundred pounds, which would have made the plane harder to control once it got into the air. Apparently, the pilot had also reportedly faked his license and was under the influence of alcohol and sugar at the time of the accident. And guess what? Aaliyah didn't even get into that plane when she was conscious. And Kathy Iandali is the one who spilled that tea in her book, Baby Girl, better known as Aaliyah. In the book, she wrote that Kingsley Russell, whose family ran a taxi and hospitality business in the Abaco Islands, was just 13 years old on August 25th, 2001. But he was with Aaliyah as his stepmother drove her team to the airport for her return flight back to the US. He said that when Aaliyah saw the plane to take her back to the US mainland, she refused to get on board and went back into the cab. Then someone from her entourage returned to ask her what was wrong, and Aaliyah is said to have repeated her concerns about getting on the plane that was overweight, at which point she was handed a sleeping pill and fell into a deep sleep. And then Aaliyah was carried from the taxi and onto the plane despite her earlier reservations, while she was still knocked out from whatever pill she'd been given. If you ask me, it sure sounds like a setup. And even Mary J. Blige was convinced that somebody unalived Aaliyah, and she was even scared that she would be next. She was like, "It was just that when I saw her, that's when I discovered the fact that I'm next. I don't know how or when, but I'm next." I don't know what kind of freak accident they're gonna put me in or what kind of OD they're gonna sort out, but at the end of the day, I knew I was next. I just thought, I'm scared. Now, how Beyonce and Jay-Z may have been involved in the freak accident is still a mystery, but I can tell you one thing for sure. Jay-Z was interested in Aaliyah, and it was not a secret back in the day. Recently, one person who boldly said that Jay-Z definitely had something for Aaliyah is Jaguar Wright. In fact, she actually said that Jay-Z intentionally screwed Dame Dash over because of Aaliyah choosing him instead of Jay-Z.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was a girl that didn't want you.
Dame Dash also confirmed that Jay indeed had his eyes on Aaliyah. He even told Page 6 he tried very hard. I did not mean to fall in love with Aaliyah. She was just that cool. But you know, we were both going hard. Everybody was trying to get to Aaliyah. It was not just Jay. According to Dash, he didn't even know Jay-Z had feelings for Aaliyah before he started dating her. And he added, I did not know Jay was trying to holler at her, but then it just happened like that. He was trying, I was trying, everybody was trying. He was going hard. And other than Dame Dash, people who were around at the time also confirmed that Jay-Z definitely wanted Aaliyah. For instance, there was a time Jay hosted a party and one of the people who attended said that Jay did not show up with a girl, and that's because he had his eyes and hands on Aaliyah. At the time, the source also told Daily Mail, I probably thought they were just friends or making music together.
These hoes don't like me.